In 1900, a group of sponge divers discovered a shipwreck off the coast of a small Greek island called Antikythera. Inside the wreck, buried under centuries of sediment, they found something that would take over 100 years to fully understand. A device, corroded, broken into 82 fragments, made of bronze. At first, nobody knew what it was, but today, scientists call it the most sophisticated piece of technology from the ancient world. A machine so advanced, so impossibly precise, that nothing like it would be built again for over 1,400 years. This is the Antikythera Mechanism, and its existence raises a question that nobody has been able to answer. How did the ancient Greeks build a computer 2,000 years ago? It was the spring of 1900. A storm had forced a group of Greek sponge divers to shelter near the island of Antikythera. When the storm cleared, one diver descended to the seafloor and found himself surrounded by bronze arms, marble statues, and ancient cargo from a Roman-era ship. The Greek government launched one of the world's first underwater archaeological excavations. Among the treasures recovered, statues, coins, jewelry, and one unremarkable lump of corroded bronze. For 2 years, it sat in the National Archaeological Museum in Athens, ignored, forgotten. Until one day in 1902, an archaeologist named Valerios Stais noticed something extraordinary in one of the fragments. Gear teeth, tiny, precise, interlocking gear teeth, cut into ancient bronze with a level of precision that should have been impossible. The scientific community's reaction? Disbelief. Some claimed it must have fallen into the wreck from a later period. Ancient Greeks simply could not have built this. They were wrong. So what exactly is the Antikythera mechanism? Using modern X-ray and 3D imaging technology, scientists have spent decades reverse engineering its 82 surviving fragments. What they found is staggering. The mechanism contains at least 37 interlocking bronze gears, some no bigger than a fingernail, fitted together with extraordinary precision inside a wooden box roughly the size of a shoebox. On the front, a large dial showing the positions of the sun and moon in the zodiac, and the 5 planets visible to the naked eye: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. On the back, 2 spiral dials. One tracked the 19-year metonic cycle, the pattern that repeats the phases of the moon. The other predicted solar and lunar eclipses, including the exact month, day, and even the color of the eclipse. A small bronze ball inside the mechanism showed the current phase of the moon in real time. Turn the hand crank on the side, and the entire cosmos moved. Past, present, future. This device could calculate the positions of celestial bodies hundreds of years into the future, or trace them back thousands of years into the past. It was not just a calendar, it was not just a clock. It was an analog computer, built from bronze in ancient Greece around 100 BCE. Here is where it gets truly extraordinary. To model the moon's movement accurately, the ancient engineer who built this device had to solve one of the most complex problems in mathematics. The moon doesn't move at a constant speed. It accelerates and decelerates as it orbits Earth, a phenomenon described by Kepler's laws of planetary motion. Laws that wouldn't be formally written down for another 1,700 years. Yet somehow, the builder of the Antikythera mechanism solved this problem mechanically, using a pin and slot device inside a gear that made the output shaft speed up and slow down in exactly the right pattern to match the moon's actual motion. Modern engineers who have studied this mechanism describe it as a stroke of genius. The gears are accurate to within 1 degree of arc. The eclipse predictions are accurate to within a few hours over a span of centuries. Some of the gear teeth are less than 1.5 millimeters wide, cut by hand without modern tools over 2,000 years ago. For context, the next device of comparable mechanical complexity, the mechanical clock, wouldn't appear in Europe until the 13th century AD. That's a gap of 1,400 years. A technology appeared, then vanished, and the world forgot it ever existed. And this is where history becomes genuinely unsettling. Who built it? The inscriptions on the device reference astronomical traditions from Corinth and its colonies. pointing to a possible connection to Archimedes, one of the greatest scientists of the ancient world. But we have no direct evidence. The builder remains unknown. Were there others? Almost certainly yes. Ancient texts describe similar devices. Cicero wrote about a mechanism built by Archimedes that could model the movements of the sun, moon, and planets. But none have survived. Why did this technology disappear? The fall of ancient Greek civilization, wars, the burning of the Library of Alexandria. Whatever knowledge produced the Antikythera mechanism was lost, and humanity spent the next 1,400 years rediscovering what had already been known. And here is the most haunting question of all. We found one, in a single shipwreck, by accident. How many were there? How many were lost to the sea, to time, to war? And what else did the ancient world know that we have completely forgotten? The Antikythera mechanism now sits in the National Archaeological Museum in Athens, a corroded lump of bronze that rewrote everything we thought we knew about ancient technology. It tells us that human ingenuity is not a recent invention, that our ancestors were not primitive. They were brilliant. They understood the cosmos with a precision that humbles modern scientists. And they built a machine 2,000 years ago that modeled the entire known universe. If one shipwreck could hide a computer, what else is waiting at the bottom of the sea? What other impossible technologies are buried under deserts, beneath ancient cities, waiting to be found? At Nexlumen, we don't accept the official story when the evidence says otherwise. If this made you think, subscribe, because we're just getting started. And leave a comment below. Do you think the ancient world had technologies we still haven't rediscovered?